Hi guys, it's Elisa and I'm here to do a video today. I need to apologize for the way that I look. I just washed my face and my eyes are pretty red. And yes, I dyed my hair. It turned out way darker than the sample at the salon, but something to get used to. I asked if they could fix it because I said it's kind of dark and they're like, yeah, it's gonna take a few processes though. So I was like, I'm not trying to spend an arm and a leg just to get my old hair color back. So I guess I'll just wait for it to hopefully get back to where it was. We'll see. So, I have a lot of requests because I haven't been doing them. It's my junior year of college. Everything's picking up. I'm working, two jobs right now. So I've just been kind of preoccupied with that. But, I'm literally just doing a random request that I picked. It's still recent. She sent it 3 days ago. And hopefully I can help you out. So, it's via email, and it says, I'm sorry. Hi, Elisa. I hope you've been doing okay. I'm a big fan of your videos and channel, and I've been watching for over a year now. Thank you. I just have a question. I have a boyfriend, and we just started dating a few months ago. I can't tell if he is getting tired of me or if we are just becoming comfortable in our relationship. I don't want to break up with him, but I also miss how it was in the beginning. I'm not sure what to do. I love him a lot, and I'm sure you have the cure. No pressure. Have a nice day, and thank you in advance. Alright, well, this is a good request, and this is definitely something that when I was younger I used to struggle with a lot. I never knew, the border between dating someone for a while and getting comfortable with them versus them growing tired of me. So it's definitely important to recognize when which is happening. That way you can take the appropriate actions to do what you have to do in order to be happy. So they're definitely, after dating for a while, especially maybe even a few months, you guys do start to naturally, I'm not gonna say divide, but you start to, the honeymoon phase wears off and you're so used to this person at this point, and you just do everything with them, and you just start to grow into a habit, which naturally, when we know how to do something, we quit putting effort into it. Like with my job, I've been working in this restaurant for over a year and a half now, or a year and a half now. And I literally go in brainless. I can go in completely hungover or anything, or just tired of taking exams, and I can operate just fine because I've been there for so long and I know how to do it without using that much mental activity, that much cognitive functioning. So it's the same with people. Even after a few months, you start to your brain, because when you first start dating, your brain has to develop new rules and new habits and new, it's working with new stimuli, if that makes sense. It's getting new information and it's figuring out how to encode that in your everyday routine, in your life. So that's the fun part, is figuring out how this person fits into your life and fits into your schedule, and figuring out if you guys have the same ideas for the future, or if you guys are headed in the same direction. It's fun figuring all that out, and once you do, your brain naturally just slows down because it got all the information that it wanted, and now everything that it's taking is not necessarily information that you need, but information that just is nice to have. After you learn their birthday and blah blah blah, and their friends and their family, you just start to shift down in a mental gear, if that makes sense. And it's not a bad thing, but some people, when they shift down in that gear, it just becomes incompatible, because some people need to be with a partner who is high level functioning because they are maybe high maintenance, or they need more reassurance, or maybe they have anxiety over things, or they just operate at a higher relationship level. So after that gear gets shifted down, sometimes it does cause turbulence because the other person isn't okay with that. I know for me, for example, when I first had my first boyfriend, I wanted to be high functioning all the time, always acting like we just started dating, and he was not like that at all. He immediately just wanted to shift down and stay down. And as soon as he made that shift, it rocked hard. It hit me very hard, and it made me just very upset, and we just weren't functioning anymore. We started like arguing a lot and getting into a lot of fights, and it's just because I naturally was operating at a higher level than he was. But I'm trying to think where to go from here. You need to make sure that when they are doing this shift, when they're shifting down, that it's because they still love you, they still want to be with you, and not because they're lazy and they're taking advantage of you. And there are ways to determine which one is happening. So, okay, literally side note, I was cooking today and I was frying something in a pan and the oil splashed up and burned me, and now I have this massive blister on my hand. It doesn't look that bad in the camera. It literally looks like a wart. Wait, I don't know. Look at that. It's crazy. It literally is like gigantic. Okay, sorry, it was hurting. Okay, so you need to make sure that when they're shifting down, that they're still giving you everything that you need and that you deserve. It's okay not to go on dates all the time anymore, but as long as they acknowledge that you guys will go on a date soon, that maybe every now and then he still takes you on a date, or he still has plans with you. I know personally, I'm the kind of person who always needs something to look forward to. That's just how I am, and it doesn't even have to be big. Literally, it can be like going to Target next week and I'll be fine. Like, it's just the way I operate. I've always been like that since I was like a toddler. Like, I always need something to like do, otherwise I just feel like I'm not going anywhere. I just like start to get worked up. So I always need something to do, and my boyfriend now is slowly starting to like figure that out. Well, he's always known that, but like now he's starting to like take action with that and like putting things in the future for us to do, and that's how I know that he likes me a lot, because we've been together for a while. So he is showing me that even though we've been together for a while, he's comfortable with me, but he's also not taking advantage of the fact that like we've been together for a while and we don't have to just stop all the romance. So like we do have things planned, we do have things in the future. I think we're going to the Bahamas in December. Haven't really decided yet. It's just things like that, and even like smaller things, like we're going to the fair on like Wednesday, and I'm meeting his parents for dinner next week, and I'm excited for that because his parents are super cool. Like, it's just little things like that. They just keep me going, and it makes me remember that he likes me a lot. And even though we aren't doing things 24/7 like we used to, we still have that connection, and that's normal and that's healthy. When it becomes unhealthy is when they start using you for things, when they start asking and not giving, when they start maybe becoming controlling or taking advantage of you, or not caring about you or your personal life, or maybe not asking to hang out, or only asking to hang out when it's convenient for them and not for you. Maybe not listening to how you feel, like your feelings about things. Like if you'd express the concern that you feel like y'all are growing apart, if he just says, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's normal," well then that's not good at all. Like, you need someone who's going to work with you, and if they do work with you, then that's a sign that they do like you and they do want to be with you, if they're willing to change it. If not, it's just not the right person. And sometimes people are only good in the honeymoon phase and then they expire, and that's normal. We've all had those relationships. I've definitely had those relationships. It's just important to know when what case is happening, and honestly, you feel it. You know when they're dating you just until they find something better, or until they move, or until the thing that I was big on, like a quote that I was big on, was I'm not an until girlfriend. Like, until you graduate, until you get a new job, until you find someone better, until you move out, until, like, don't be an until girlfriend or boyfriend if you're a guy watching this video. Be exactly what they want. Like, be the goal, be the trophy, be like everything they've ever wanted. And if you have a feeling that you're an until girlfriend or boyfriend, you gotta let it go. But don't just like break up with them. Like, talk to them. Say, look, I realize that we're entering this phase now where we're more comfortable with each other, and that's super cool. Like, I'm glad we're like that. But I just need some reassurance that you still want to be in this for the long haul. Even if you don't know for the long haul, that's fine. But I need you to at least tell me if I'm the person that you want to be with, and that you feel confident in a relationship with me. and that you still want to do things in the future. And a good thing to like look for is if they do want to do plans for the future. I know my first boyfriend, the one that I originally would like talk about in the beginning of my videos, like when I started doing this. In the beginning, we dated for a year, like a little bit over. I don't even know at this point anymore. Honestly, I don't care. Like the first maybe 9 months, 8 months, maybe like 8 months. We would always talk about the future, like when we do this, when we do that, if we do this, if we do that, if we get married, if we have kids, if we do that, if we go on this trip, if we, like everything. But towards the end of the relationship, when I had a feeling that a breakup was coming, he stopped making future plans. Like we couldn't even talk about the future anymore without him like shutting it down. And I was too naive at the time to recognize the signs. I mean, I kind of knew that it was bad. Like I just had a bad feeling about it, but you know, I loved him in that time of my life, and so I wanted to believe that he was just frustrated. But that's a good thing to like think about, is if they hate the idea of a future or talking about the future, even just like future plans, if they are like apprehensive or resistant to talk about that, maybe it's because they don't see you in the future. And that's super important to keep in mind. Like my boyfriend now, so one thing that I taught myself is that, and this happens as you grow older, like I don't know how old my viewers are watching this, but if you're like younger, maybe like late high school, even in high school, maybe middle school, I don't even know, it's important not to focus too much on the end result. I think that's why people often live unhappy lives, is because, and I'm one to speak because I just admitted that I'm the person who always needs something to look forward to, and it's a bad habit of mine, but it's important to not put all your eggs in a future basket. Like so many people are constantly looking forward to, let me lean back because my back hurts. So many people are constantly looking forward to something in the future that they're slowly wishing their life away. So like I saw this quote, it was like, we spend all week waiting for the weekend, and then all month waiting for a new season, and then all season waiting for a new year, and then before you know it, you're like old, and you realize that you would have lived life rather than wishing it away. It was something like that, and that really hit me because I do that. Like, I do that really bad. I constantly need something to look forward to in the future, and I'm trying, like, not to do that anymore. I'm trying to, like, live in the moment, but it's hard because that's just, like, naturally how I operate. But when I was younger, like, to my younger viewers, it is important not to bank too much on the future. It is okay to maybe, like, have butterflies for them and say, oh, I want to get married, but, like, don't spend your whole entire relationship trying to get to marriage. Like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen naturally because you guys worked out. If it does happen, it's not gonna happen because you spent every single day saying, do you want to get married? Do you want to have kids? Do you want to be together forever? Like, that's so toxic if you think about it, because it's like, why aren't you happy with your relationship now? Why aren't you content with where you are now? Like, quit trying to wish away the now of your relationship, because I promise you, married couples, like, they talk about and they miss, like, the time when they were young and they were dating and they were just experimenting. Like, quit wishing away things that you have now because you think that it'll go somewhere else. That's a perfect recipe for, like, depression. And honestly, I wrote something on my WordPress. Like, I used to use WordPress a lot to, like, write poems and stuff, and I wrote one called From the Soil to the Clouds. And it's literally talking about how in kindergarten you spend all of it waiting to get to elementary school, and then in elementary school you spend it waiting to get to middle school, and then middle school to high school to college, college to grad school, and then little do you know, you, like, wished away all these years and now you're unhappy. Like, you should read it. Like, it's pretty cool. I shared it on Facebook and got some pretty good reviews on it. So, just don't wish for something that you can't guarantee right now. Like, that was such a bad habit of mine when I was younger. I would always want to, like, talk about marriage and kids, but it makes it more painful when you lose it, because you're not only losing the relationship that you had, but you're losing everything that you painted in front of you. You know, instead of losing the 3 months that you've been dating this person, you're losing the 3 months you've been dating them plus the idea of a future, and that makes it much more hard. So try not to do that to yourself. It's good that your partner, like, if your partner, like, sees a future with you, that's enough. That is enough. If they don't have to blatantly say, yeah, I want to get married and be with you forever. If they do, that's cool. Don't overdo it, everything in moderation. But if they at least see a future with you, that's enough. That should be enough. Because honestly, at this point, like, my boyfriend and I now, we don't talk about that. Like, we had the talk once, but I'm honored that he is a senior in college. He's in a fraternity. He has an incredible major, like a very, very smart kid, head screwed on super tight. And he's spending his senior year of college with me. Like, that's all the reassurance that I need, is that he could be single and party and do this and do that and live up his last year, but he's spending it with me, and that's literally enough for me. Like, that's all I need. And we talked about the future, and he told me he does see a future, and that's all I need. We don't need to talk about marriage or anything, because if we get there, then we get there, cool. But if not, we'll find new people and we'll start over from there. But as of right now, we are just focusing on today because we're very happy. We get along super well. He's my best friend. And yeah, I mean, marriage sounds fun, but honestly, so does college, so does grad school, so does everything else that I'm working for right now. So it's important that I kind of went off on a tangent. This is kind of unrelated to the topic, but it's probably going to help someone. Geez, I really don't know how I feel about this hair color. So yes, talk to your boyfriend and ask him how he feels. If you get a feeling that you're just an until girlfriend, or that he is growing out of you, he's outgrowing you, or you're outgrowing him, or whichever one it is, or that he's taking advantage of you, or he's not giving you the love that you deserve, let him know and see if he fixes it. If he doesn't, you gotta let him go, because it shows that he was only in it for the thrill of the honeymoon phase, which is absolutely, it's normal, but it's painful, so don't deal with it. If he cares and if he loves you, he'll fix it. Otherwise, you'd be better off just finding someone who would be cool with dating after the whole sunshine and rainbows wears off, because it wears off in every relationship. It's just how you go about handling it when it does wear off. I'm kind of going through that now with my relationship. Like, me and my boyfriend are together literally 24/7, and like, we're trying to like not hang out as much, and it's going fine. Like, I'm not freaking out, he's not freaking out, we're just doing our own thing. You know, he has a life of his own, I have a life of my own, and it's fun when they come together, but it's also important that you're productive when they're apart. So like, when we're apart, like, I've been doing homework all night, he's been doing homework all night, hanging out with friends, like, on our own, making our own plans. Like, it's important that you have lives outside of each other, but when you do come back together, you still have that dynamite, you still have that, like, craving for them. Like, they're still your person. You're just being an adult and living for yourself. It's always important to put yourself first before you put someone else first, because at the end, you're all you have. Honestly, like, yes, I have him, I have amazing friends, but at the end of every night, I'm the only one in my bed most of the time. So, yeah, it's just important to love yourself first, and loving yourself first includes only allowing yourself to be with people that respect you, that don't take advantage of you, and that always show you how special you are, even if they don't maybe show you the same ways. Maybe even if it's going from like very exquisite dates and like luxurious chocolates and all that, to maybe like a flower that he found in the grass. Like, it doesn't have to be the same magnitude, but as long as there's something that's representative of his affection for you, that's all you should need, and you should be thankful for that. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you so much for your request, and I hope I helped you out, and I hope I helped other people. Let me know if you have any requests, and I think I already said that. I'm out of it. It's like 1 in the morning right now, so yeah. Thank you. Bye.